Hello, this is Ronald Taylor. I am unable to answer your call at the moment. Please leave your name and telephone number after the tone, and I will ring you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
I was always very close with my grandfather, ever since I was a child. We were very similar in some ways, and also completely different in others. But I think, essentially, we saw a lot of things in life the same way. He used to cook me spaghetti bolognese every Tuesday evening after school. Every time I have it now, it still takes me straight back to his dining room. It's funny the things you remember about someone, the little things. The other thing that takes me back to his living room is eating chocolate biscuits. He would always give me 2 after school when I'd go around his house. He was an inspirational man, my grandfather. He had an everlasting enthusiasm for life. He always managed to find pleasure in things, right into the depths of his old age.
I've given my soul to the Southdown grass, and sheep bells tinkle as you pass. O ditchling furl and sails at sea, I reckon you keep my soul for me.
He was an actor who made his dreams come true by finally going professional at the grand old age of 76.
Such torment. No one knows. No one knows the torment I'm in. I'm in love with Constantine.
You're all so oversensitive. So oversensitive. And so much love around.
He also had an artistic disposition, being an avid painter. And he'd always had a keen eye for the ladies, and they had an eye for him too.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
My grandfather was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease during the last couple of years of his life, and it was during that time I really got to know him and what he was about. And I learnt some lessons about life and what is actually important. When I was younger, I never really appreciated things, whatever they were. I was looking for meaning, but never really finding it. If you had asked me when I was 16 what I'd be doing when I was 25 years old, I probably would have thought I'd been a rock star, not taking a 93-year-old for an ice cream in the town that I grew up. If you had asked me if I'd find value in that, I definitely would have said no. I remember getting the call telling me Grandpa had been taken into hospital. My uncle asked if I could go straight there, as I was the only family member in the local area at the time. Being a slightly selfish 25-year-old, I felt annoyed and put out, but I knew I had to go. When I got to the hospital, I braced myself for the worst, and when I eventually found him on a ward, he was there singing songs and chatting up the nurses. And that was my grandpa, the eternal showman.
Amy, wonderful Amy, how can you blame me for loving you?
Being an actor, he was used to remembering a lot of lines, so when he started losing his memory, I think it really frustrated him. It was strange, he couldn't remember what day of the week it was sometimes, but he can still recite long passages from his favourite playwrights and poets. It was difficult with Alzheimer's because certain subjects and associations would precipitate this black hole he would find himself in, constantly repeating the same question. It could become really stressful. We learnt over time there were certain subjects and activities that would help anchor him and bring him back more. Stories from his past, music, nice scenery, and the smell of a woman's perfume would all help. My grandpa's memories were being erased slowly, but the most important things seemed to remain there, intact. And that is when I started asking myself some questions. When it comes down to it, what is really important? What do I actually care about?
Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, 'twas not spoken of the soul.
Dead men naked, they shall be one, and the man in the wind and the west moon. When their bones are picked clean, and the clean bones gone, they shall have stars at elbow and foot. Though they shall be mad, they shall be sane. Though they sink through the sea, they shall rise again. Though lovers be lost, love shall not, and death shall have no dominion.